Leaving prison may bring up a range of emotions that could trigger different responses, including anxiety, excitement, and concerns that could increase the likelihood of emotional instability, relapse, or other issues. To ensure the best possibility of a good mental health outlook and ongoing stability, it is important to recognise how you're feeling and to seek out help if you need it.
Often, because of the environment you come from, you've got your suit of armour on, and you need to get by, to get through. And you just have to, do what you have to do, and that's the gig. You just got to survive and get through the best way you can. On the outside, that's completely different, and people don't get that or understand that, so they're not getting where you've come from. And the way that you relate to the world, or the way the world relates to you, is sometimes in conflict, and that can create a sense of anxiety, and that can manifest as just being angry.
When I'm going through a hard time these days, I'll usually ring a mate. Yeah, I find that gets me out of my own head, my own thinking process, because it can get pretty dark some days, and some days I can't see out of it, so I need someone else to hang on, give me a bit of perspective, I guess, from the madness, because I've been so used to that. Definitely just speaking to someone, just ring someone, as simple as that, and I didn't do that for so long. Yeah.
When I'm going through a hard time now, where previously in the past I would obviously resort to using. It was my answer to everything. Now, I guess for me, I try and practice mindfulness techniques, which can be something as simple as just feeling my feet on the ground. And at the end of the day, I am human. I'm still going to have my issues and my angers and all the rest of it, but it is trying to practice skills that I've been fortunate enough to learn through supports and actually owning them myself.
If I'm feeling emotionally imbalanced and becoming, getting some real feelings and it gets a bit too much overwhelming, I always start thinking about, well, how can I do something for someone else to escape the way that I'm feeling, to do some good for someone else? Because I used to harm other people because I wasn't having an understanding of what I was going through. But if I do something good for someone else, by just smiling at them, saying hi, or letting someone go first at the cash register, like that stuff. And then it makes me feel good to do something for someone else without expecting anything in return.
I help a lot of people out. Like, there might be a single mother with a kid that hasn't got a bike, for instance, the other day. So I got a bike at home, and my brother gave a couple of bits and pieces, and I made a little bike for this guy. And he hasn't got a father, and his eyes were just, and I get a kick out of that. And inside it makes me feel good.
Talking about it definitely helps, yep, and being as honest as you can be with yourself about what's going on, and just letting go, of that preconception of what people might think or judge you. It doesn't matter. I guess at the end of the day, it's what you think of yourself, and just stepping out of your comfort zone and just letting go of that fear and just putting your hand up for help. Yeah.
If I'm going for a rough time and I need to express, or I create things, I like that hill over there, what's on the other side? So I'll follow that hill and see what's on the other side. That beach up there, I'll check that out. Or the fish are biting, I'll go fishing. But I can't, if I've got something to go to, the whole thing changes. Like, if I can't find something, I'll make it. And it gives me the feel inside, I've made that.
What I recommend is the ocean. Personally, for me, the ocean fixes everything. And they actually have studies now to prove the link between wellbeing and mental health. I think it's just finding whatever it is. I think we all have interests. We definitely all have some kind of outlet that we may have had as a kid. And I guess I try and look at what would I do as a young person before all those big life problems jump in and all that sort of stuff, and go back and do it. So whether it's art, whether it's fitness, whatever it is, something externally, it's just trying it. And if that doesn't work, it's okay. Move on to something else and find what you need.
It's a whole good bit about it, because you start making something and your mind keeps ticking over to better it. Keeps you occupied within and keeps you away from those trouble bits. I won't just sit there, because if I do, I start thinking and getting the wrong ideas. If I got aiming at something and something's got to be done, go it, do it. It just changes your inside, it makes you feel good.
It is important to be able to ask for help. You come from an environment where you keep yourself to yourself, don't really show your hand. You don't want people to, see that you're struggling or you might be having a tough time, so you just shut it down. Things can go wrong really quickly. So, having places to go, people to talk to, and that can be 24/7, that can be anything from, Men's Line, Lifeline, whatever you need at the time. Use it all. Find what works for you and use it. Not everything will. You might find going and sitting and having a coffee and talking to a mate is the way that you deal with it. Going out fishing, talking to somebody, taking somebody with you and just being in somebody's company, not necessarily talking. You'll find what works for you. It'll be different for different people, but yeah, don't be afraid to reach out. It's really about you getting what you need to be able to get you through, so that you don't end up going back to where you don't want to be.
Be prepared that you may experience unexpected or confusing and conflicting emotions during transitioning. This is a normal part of readjustment and will take time for you to find your balance. Be gentle with yourself. Recognise the signs that you may be having a hard time emotionally and understand what steps you can take to help yourself. Don't be afraid to speak up and reach out. There are people and services there to help you.